Well, I wanted to thank everybody for all your encouragement yesterday because I really was struggling on Sunday. And so I want to answer a few of your comments. Nancy Volk wanted to know, was not wanting to know, but she was telling me how much more I can do now. And she's so right. I can do so much more now than I couldn't do before I lost my weight. And I have so much more energy, and things are not hard for me, getting up and down out of a chair. Just simple pleasures in life that you really took for granted, I can really do now. Dana Garza said I should set small goals on the weekend, maybe have half the pop and half the cake. Sunday was really, I think, an exception to how bad I've done in the past on a Sunday. I've done bad on Sundays. This was beyond bad. This was really, really bad. And it's not so much that I should have cut it in half. I should have just not had it at all. I really shouldn't have. And I just was in a funky mood, and I don't know why. I woke up in a good mood. I went to church. I came back from church in a good mood. But I wanted something, and food was trying to fill that void, and it never did. Judith 1 said she likes me, thanks me for going the extra mile. I love doing these videos. I hope you don't get sick of seeing me all the time, because I really do enjoy doing the videos, and they do keep me on track. They do keep me on plan. Denise Emery wanted to let me know that we all struggle. I know we all struggle, and like I said, I like to share my struggles along with my victories, because there are a lot of channels out there that only show you the good things, and when the things get rough for them, they just stop showing you. And I think that if you really want to encourage people, you have to show them the good along with the bad, because we all have the bad. We really do. Priscilla Strong said that she has bad weekends too. I think a lot of us have bad weekends. I don't think it's just a few of us. I think there's a lot of us that really struggle on the weekends. And I think it's just a mindset, because for some reason we think the weekends are a free nilly, and that's just not the case. Becky Fisher loved when I sang the Casper song. I have such a warped mind. I can just say something and it'll remind me of a song or a phrase or a quote or something that I've heard or I've seen, and it just comes back. And I can't explain it. I really can't explain it. But I love singing. I don't sing well. I know I don't sing well, but you know, it's never going to stop me. Susan Exley, I wanted to thank her. She gave me a Bible verse about me that I really appreciated, and thank you. I really appreciated it. I really did, Susan. Susie Louder, she said what she likes about my channel is that I bounce back. The old Sandy would have never bounced back. I would have just gave up. I would have thought, what's the point? I'm done. You know, this is who I am. This is who I'm going to be for the rest of my life. And why even try? And this is who I'm going to be the rest of my life. I'm going to have another weekend like that again. I know that. Hopefully not in the near future, but unfortunately I know it's going to happen again. And I accept that fact. But I accept the fact that on Monday I can get right back at it. And she lives in the Pacific Northwest, so she doesn't see much snow. We're supposed to get, they always say this, but we never end up getting it, but we're supposed to get 6 to 10 inches of snow this weekend. I'll believe it when I see it. I'm not saying, I live in Michigan and we do get a lot of snow, but it just seems that this winter, it seems to be staying south of our border. And it's mostly Ohio and Indiana and Illinois and Pennsylvania that's getting all of our snow. You can have it. I only like snow for Christmas. I like snow, but I'm back into my walking groove, and I want to walk as long as I can, and the snow kind of holds me back. Katrina Young said that we all have to remember that even though there's 0 points, they still have calories. I agree. Weight Watchers with Carrie has started this year. She's done it in the past, but she's really dedicated to it, to me it seems like, this year, this month at least, where she's listing her calories along with her 0 points. So she's telling you how many points that she's getting in a day. I think she gets 23 points in a day, but she's also telling you how many calories, because she's trying to limit her calories too. And we have to remember that. I know you can eat as many eggs as you want, but I think there's 90 calories in an egg. So do I really want to spend 90 calories for an extra egg when, just because it's 0 points? If I'm hungry, yes, but not for the most part. Tamsin Dalen said she loves my singing. You're the exception. The dogs in the neighborhood would pay a different note on that. They howl. I love that certain dogs now, when I'm going for my walk, they just know me. They don't bark at me anymore. Oh, it's her. Let her go. She can pass. Awesome Otter was feeling down on Sunday, and she said my video kind of helped her perk up a little bit. I really don't think I was depressed or anything. I just was eating. I just ate. And I was in a pretty good mood. I wasn't mad and angry about anything. I just wanted to eat. I don't know why, but I did. Joan Johnson said she's sending me a hug through the screen. I can accept a hug if I know they're coming. Obviously, I'm not like made of stone. I do occasionally like to have a hug. I'm just not one that, like you can come up to me out of the blue and give me a hug. When Carrie and Corey and Nick came to see me on their way back from Disney World in Orlando, and where else did they go? Universal, and they came here, I knew that when I opened the door I was going to get a hug. So I was ready for it, and I did. I got a hug, and it was a really good hug. It really was, and I really appreciated it, Carrie. Hopefully I didn't cringe. Hopefully I didn't cringe. But if I know it's coming, like Denise has one friend when we go to their house, I know that both her and her husband, Michelle and Kyle, they're both going to give me a hug. I know this. So I go there with the mindset that I know that it's going to happen. I can only think that something happened to me in my past that kind of keeps me from wanting to have a hug. I don't know. I do have a memory of it turned out later on we had a child molester on our street, and we were not allowed to go into his house or his yard, but he had all the best toys, as all child molesters usually do have the best stuff. And I have a very vivid memory of going into his garage to play with the archery set, but I have no memory of leaving the garage. So I'm thinking that something probably happened to me. I don't know. It's not something that I want to dwell into and look to find if that's really something did happen. If it did, it happened, and somehow I blocked it out of my mind. Let it stay blocked. I don't care. That's the only thing I can think of, because my mother gave us all kinds of love, and my father wasn't really a hugger, but I knew my father loved me. But all my brothers and sisters, they're huggers. They're huggers. I'm not. Suzanne wants to know how long I've been friends with Birdie. Birdie is Jim's sister. I've known Birdie since I met Jim when I was 16, so I've known Birdie almost 53 years. And we've always been friends. Even she's 3 years younger than me, I think. Or is she 4 years younger than me? I think she's 4 years younger than me, because she was born in 54, I think. No, wait a minute, I take that. Yeah, she was born in 54, giving you her age. So she's 4 years younger than me, but we've always been friends. We both share the same kind of wacky humor. Judy Reve said sometimes we just need to splurge. Yeah, we do sometimes need to splurge, but what I did was not a splurge. That was like an overdose. It was just bad. And but it's behind me, and so no use dwelling on it. Tony over at Hanging with the Harlows wanted to know what kind of car mount. I have to apologize right off, because for some things I have such great memories, and other things I don't have a memory of. And I did get my car mount from a subscriber, and please let me know in the comments below, because I want to give you the full credit for that. But she gave me a homemade thing that her daughter made that has a clip on it, and it's weighted, and I just set it on my dashboard, and it's weighed down, and it works perfectly. And on my daily vlog today, I did show a video of it. And once again, I apologize. You would think with this mind that I have that I remember so many things that I can't remember that. And I'm embarrassed to admit that I can't remember. WW Cat on Point said she loved the Casper song too. I told you, songs of my childhood, I just remember. And I don't know, well, I remember all kinds of songs. My favorite song now is Come, Come, Come Away, with that plays for the iPhone commercial. Maybe at the end I'll give you a little snippet of it if I can find it and put it in. I should put it in right now, but I don't know how to do all of that fancy editing. So at the end of the thing, I'll film the song so you can hear just a quick snippet of it. I don't want to play the whole thing because it's a copyright infringement. Pamela H. said that she loves Cinnamon Hearts and she went crazy with them on Sunday. I love Suzy Q's and I love Pop, and I went crazy with them too, so I can totally relate. Carol Mason said that she struggles too. We all struggle. It's just nice to see in print other people struggling too. Not that you're encouraging, not that you're finding joy in people struggling. I don't mean it like that. I think I mean it like in support of your own struggle, to think that you're not the only one out there that's having that issue. And Debbie Wolf said that she ate out on Saturday. She didn't really eat what she wanted, and then she went crazy eating other stuff to kind of replace it. I'm going out tonight to eat dinner for my sister Mary's birthday. I'm going to have fish and chips, which I tracked, and I think it's 43 points. way over my limit for the day. I love fish and chips. I'm not going to go there and order like baked cod. I'll eat baked cod, but to me, I don't know. I can make baked cod at home. I can't make fish and chips at home like you can get it when you're out. So I'm going to have fish and chips. I'm going to eat it with no guilt and just try to have a 0 point or a less point day leading up to it. Lou G said she's back on track. I'm so glad to hear that. Sometimes it's just hard to get back on track, but we know we can do it. Naomi C said that she goes over her weekly points too. I'm going to wait until Saturday, but starting on Saturday, I'm going to start using six of my weekly points each day rather than try to eat them all on Sunday. And I am going to do better this weekend. Melissa Collins said she found my star and she gave it back to me. Thank you. I looked and looked and looked for that star, but I knew I shouldn't have got a star, but I still was looking for it. Michelle Zerber said, just to think of this now that I'm halfway through my week since I weigh on Saturdays. Good thought, and I agree with that. Robin McMillan said the other day was her son's birthday. He was 13, and she had a cupcake, and she was feeling a little guilty about it because she kind of went a little crazy. You know what? Special occasions, I think, deserve to be treated special. And so if you have to go over your points on that one day, as long as you get right back on track, one day is not going to keep you from reaching your goal. It really isn't. And like I said, if you really think about it, there's 12 or 13 holidays in the whole year. There's 365 days. If you're good for 350 of those days, you don't need to worry about a cupcake on somebody's birthday. Jeannie Dillon wanted to know about the pool water at my water aerobics. It is a little bit on the cool side, I will admit. The lifeguard that we have said that the reason they keep it a little cooler is because it's for your muscles. Because if the water's too warm, then it has an effect on your muscles when you're exercising. If that's true, I don't know. It sounded pretty smart to me, so I'll go with that. And really, once you get working in the pool, it's just that first initial shock of getting in the water. I swim in Lake Huron. I think that water is like in the 70s. Maybe it's in the 60s. I don't know. It's cold. It's cold. But, you know, once you get into the water and get used to it, you're fine. That's what I think. 123 times Connie B. I think it's it's ex Connie B. She said that she struggles on Sundays too. I don't know what it is about Sundays for me because I track on Saturdays and I'm fine. Sundays, not so much. But I am gonna get better. JOCM2225 wanted to know how much I lost my first year. My first year, I was so dedicated with it, I lost 58.6 pounds in my first year. So that's a little over a pound a week, which is, nobody likes to hear if you lost a pound a week. I mean, everybody hears that. But you know what? I did lose a little bit over a pound a week, and it was good. Now, if I could have done that in 2018, I would be under 200 because I would be pretty close to my goal, because not my own personal goal. My personal goal is 175. I would love to get down to 160. But when I get to 175, we'll see how it goes from there. I'll see if I'm going to readjust my thoughts. At this point right now, I just want to be under 200 by my birthday, which is in September. Sabrina, Search for Health and Happy, said that she's going to try to have a treat every day, and maybe I should try to do that. I don't think it'll work for me. I think that I'm going to use my extra points, not necessarily on a Suzy Q or a candy or something like that, but I think that I'm going to try to figure out a way to balance my points a little bit better than I have been doing. Lainey's Life recommended a book called I Deserve a Donut by Barb Rainley, R-A-N-E-L-I-N-G. I read this book, and it was a good book. It really was, and I highly recommend the book. So if you can go to the library or something and get the book, it really was good. Okay, Janet. Hydrazdowski, H-R-Y-D-Z-I-U-S-K-O. She's maintained through the holidays, and she feels like that was a loss. I so agree. I think that anything that you can, even a small loss or just maintaining from Thanksgiving to Christmas is perfect, because they say the average person gains 10 pounds. If you didn't gain any weight, to me, that's like you lost 10 pounds. Deborah Klungvat said, we all have our bad days. Yeah, we all do. We have to remember that we're not alone in this. Everybody has a bad day. Robin Paley wants to know, do I track on the weekends? Unfortunately, I don't track on Sundays, and that's my problem. So I'm going to have to start tracking on Sundays. Melissa Campbell told me to remember how far I've come. That's why every once in a while I throw the video in to show me how far I've come And just to remind me that, you know what, I can get there. I really can get there. And I have to realize how far I've come and how much I've accomplished. Miss Doe 5 said she's going to watch the video from the 10 quotes again on again. I'm going to watch it on Sunday before I go to church because there's a bakery on the way home from church that I like. But I'm going to watch it just to remind me. And Keep It Positive does the same thing with her weeklies. She uses them all on the weekend. You know, they're called weeklies, not weekendlies. They're weeklies, which means you use them for the whole week, not just the weekendly. That's what I have to remember. Jeannie Dallin said we all have bad days. Once again, I so agree. Fiona Lane, is it Lane? Yeah, Fiona Lane struggles when she gets a dinner invitation. I don't, when I get invited to someone's house for dinner, I don't make a special point of finding out what they have on the menu or anything like that. I go there and kind of scope out the meal because most people are always going to offer a vegetable, which is 0 points. Most people usually have a salad, which is 0 points. If you bring your own dressing, you can kind of lie and just say it's my own, I make my own dressing and I like this dressing. Or you can just say this is a particular dressing I like, I wasn't sure if you were going to have it. And figure out what the protein is and eat a lot of the fat, the free stuff. And then if there's some kind of high point thing that you just really are afraid to try, just take like a tablespoon or something of it and just eat it and then just say, oh, I filled up so much on the things, but that was really good. I wouldn't deprive myself of anything and I would just figure it into my points. And Kathy Spencer said that she struggles on the weekends. I think a lot of us struggle on the weekends, and like I said, I'd like to figure out why we do. It's got to be a working mindset, but I worked in retail for 20 years, and I didn't have weekends off. I worked weekends, so but you know, when I went into the third-party administrator, when I was doing that, I had weekends off, so who's to know? I don't know. So anyway, I'm going to play a little clip of the song that I really like. It's my all-new favorite song, and then I'm going to have it stuck in your head like it's stuck in my head because I sing it all the time now. And nobody's heard it. Nobody's heard it before. But the next time you see the commercial for the iPhone 10, you'll remember me. So give this video a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll talk to you guys on my daily vlog. Come, 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 farewell now. Run away from the humdrum. We'll fly to a place that's safe from greed, anger, and boredom. It's my favorite song. It's my favorite song. So when you see the iPhone 10 commercial, think of me.